Hi, my name is Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be teaching you all about blue kyanite. I'm not going to be picking this piece up too much in the video because you can splinter yourself with the raw pieces, and that's why they're best used as jewelry, because when you have something that literally chips out, and I've gotten splinters from this before, yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm going to teach you about some of the meanings of it being splintery in the spiritual realm as well, but blue kyanite is actually one of those crystals online that is, there's just a bunch of misinformation about it. I'm laughing because I was looking at some of the information. I'm like, this is not fully correct, and people are just accepting this. So let me rewrite the information online about blue kyanite. So this is a polished piece. This comes from Afghanistan. There is green kyanite and there's blue kyanite. But when you take this and you polish it into this, and it makes beautiful jewelry. This is blue kyanite right here. Actually, online it says it cleanses and aligns all of the chakras. Yeah, that's correct. Although it's better suited for the upper chakras. Blue kyanite is simply so there is black kyanite, which I would say is better for lower chakras. So I would split kyanite into different pieces. So the blue kyanite can cleanse and align all of your chakras. Yes, it will be doing it depending on how much you have. Because if you have a little piece, it's just going to work on the upper chakras and push everything into alignment. If you have a giant piece, it's going to do it so much more. That's why I suggest necklaces, or you can yin-yang bracelets on each side. So basically have one on your yin and one on your yang. That works wonderfully. You can put a giant piece of blue kyanite across your chest. It's not as conventional, especially without being splintery. I wouldn't do that. But blue kyanite has to be one of the coolest stones ever that no one really talks about, and it's just mistaught. So let's talk about blue kyanite aligning for a little longer before I talk about the protective aspects, because this is not taught right online at all. Okay, so basically with blue kyanite is excellent. It's a cleanser. So basically, the energies of blue kyanite is that of the ocean. So when you get into the water in the ocean and the ocean begins to cleanse you, and you just feel so good, you're starting to feel so aligned. You just sit in the ocean, you're just feeling absolutely wonderful. Blue kyanite is that same exact feeling. It just feels like you just get in the water, you're feeling refreshed, you're feeling yourself, you're really taking in that beach energy. You're taking in that ocean energy. If you've never been in the ocean, maybe if you had a really hot day and you're just feeling kind of like sweaty, and you get in the pool, it's like, oh, I just feel nice and cool. That's the same energy of blue kyanite. It's so soothing. It especially aligns the throat chakra. It can open your gifts relating to the throat chakra. So blue kyanite is very good at fluidity and expression. So this kind of blue kyanite, which comes from Afghanistan, it's literally the energies is just like getting in the ocean and feeling completely soothed. It's good to even just have around your room. So even with my blue kyanite not on, I just leave it around the bed. It does help with sleep, which is wonderful. Blue kyanite online, this is kind of, I do have to debunk this. It's good for protection, but not the way you think. So people have blue kyanite pillars or blue kyanite stands just around the house. Okay, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, it does have a splintery effect, so when someone astral travels and lands, they're gonna feel the splinters of blue kyanite. That's about it. It does have energy clearing aspects, but it's not the cleansing crystal that people think it is online. So I wouldn't be putting it all over the house. You can if you would really like to. It's good. It's a good astral astral defense crystal. There's other astral defense crystals. It's kind of like when you can just use bloodstone, when you could just use black tourmaline and you use bloodstone for protection against black magic, and you just put it by your windows instead of for the black tourmaline. That works, but you can use something way better. So blue kyanite is not the cleansing and aligning crystal, although it's very protective of you when you sleep, because it really just aligns your energy. So if you are literally your own worst enemy and your chakras are under attack because you're not emotionally well, you're not aligned. So that can be a problem for when you fall asleep, and it's just a wonderful crystal to have around the bed, because it's literally like the spiritual surgeon. It's literally just moving your chakras around, aligning them. Kind of like, you can think of blue kyanite like a river. So well, that's a good analogy. Look, you see how this is just like, it looks like roaring water? I don't know if you can see that, but let me show you on this blue kyanite. You know how it just looks like roaring water? Uh, if it doesn't look like roaring water, let me make some sound effects. So you like, yeah, it looks like it's just, yeah, I had to make the sound effects too. It looks like it's just fast roaring water. So if your chakras are, because the body's literally a stream. It's just a stream of energy going from as above, so below to the crown to the root. So if, and yeah, the body's chakra system is like a tree. So if water isn't running up and down correctly, then parts of the tree will die. The whole tree can die. Same thing with you spiritually. You won't feel spiritually yourself. I'm not gonna say you're gonna spiritually die. Your spirit won't die, but you'll feel completely just off kilter if your chakras are not flowing properly. Blue kyanite literally helps your chakras if the stream is literally running over, right? So basically there's just water going everywhere and it's going out of the stream and you don't really feel yourself, you don't really feel good. Then the water is really focused back into where it's supposed to run. And it really helps you that way. It just makes you feel so cleansed and so aligned. And it helps you really just feel good. Blue kyanite, just like amethyst, is just one of those, it's just a feel-good stone. When you wear it, you're just like, I feel good. And I don't even know why. It's the same exact identical energy of when you get in the ocean on a hot day and it's so cool. When you hop into a pool, that's the energy of wearing blue kyanite. I don't know if you guys can, some of you can pick up on the energy of blue kyanite through the screen. It just feels like, oh, what a sigh of relief. I'm feeling wonderful. I'm feeling great. And people are like, why do you feel good all the time? Blue kyanite is one reason, because like I said, it does, you can say it aligns everything. That's correct, but it depends on how much you have to align everything. It does work with other crystals to align everything, but it's gonna be, if it has a lot to do and it's just doing way too much, it's not gonna successfully align everything. So it's better to work with blue kyanite with other crystals if your goal is to align everything. Yes, it aligns every chakra, but if you are completely unaligned, it's gonna take some time, and that's that. Online does say blue kyanite never needs cleansing and charging. I get why they say that, but I still suggest you cleanse and charge your blue kyanite. Just more information that goes against what online is teaching. Blue kyanite, it does have energies kind of like selenite with cleansing and charging, where it doesn't, or actually not selenite, amethyst. So there's some crystals that don't need cleansing and charging too often is amethyst, citrine, ametrine, which is amethyst and citrine. Carnelian is one of them, but I would still cleanse and charge. I mean, why would you not cleanse and charge your crystal? Like if the thing is doing lots of work, like maybe you had a heavy day and you're putting all this stress on the crystal, the least you can do is at least cleanse and charge it. So from my experience, because I've actually tested this myself. So like, how do you know a blue kyanite needs cleansing and charging? Because I gave blue kyanite, and I am my own human guinea pig when it comes to spiritual information on crystals. I gave blue kyanite to a family member, and they didn't even hold it for, like, they didn't hold it for an hour. And my rule is don't pick up crystals from other people who have been, are just completely unaligned, or like their energy will go to a crystal. And this was the ultimate test for me. And I didn't really like this test because I can remember the first time I did this. So how do I know that blue kyanite, despite the information online, people are like, oh, it doesn't ever need to be cleansed and charged. Not true. I found that out the hard way. It can hold energy. Unfortunately, I don't know what online said about that. Selenite's a little bit different because it's constantly refreshing. Even selenite can need cleansing and recharging just based on how much energy it's really trying to fight. But I gave blue kyanite in the form of a bracelet to a family member, and I took it back after an hour because they're like, I don't feel anything. I don't want, like, I think another bracelet's better for me. I'm like, okay. Like, black tourmaline was actually better for that family member at the time. I wish I would have known. Black tourmaline was the best crystal for them at the time, but I took back the blue kyanite, and ooh, I felt something go on me and then into my skin from the blue kyanite. Some kind of energetic, just like on alignment. It was like thick and prickly, just like this blue kyanite. I'm like, oh no, I just made my own blue kyanite discovery. Oh no. And I found out that blue kyanite needs cleansing and charging just from that, because when you look online, it's like it never needs cleansing and charging, and everyone's going to be using blue kyanite incorrectly. Oh, I mean, I tapped into the energy of the story. I'm like, oh, I remember the moment I just picked up the blue kyanite. I'm like, what did I do? Oh, I learned some new knowledge that wasn't. I mean, that's why I was laughing at the beginning of the video. So much misinformation on blue kyanite is out there. Now, let me talk a little more about blue kyanite. When I first put on this necklace, I couldn't get over it. Like, you guys never, ever, ever, ever see this necklace. No one ever talks about it. No one ever really notices it. It's lapis and blue kyanite. It's literally my skeleton necklace. So it's one of those necklaces that I'm okay with it not really being shown and not really being noticed. Because look how different Stone Man looks without his skeleton necklace. So basically, what's a skeleton necklace? It's the necklace I made in a very different wiring. I'm not going to tell you what this is. It's a very special technique that I use and taught myself to literally stencil these necklaces together so they stick, especially if I'm running, if I'm doing any kind of athletic anything. So basically, when I first put on this blue kyanite necklace, and I literally did it so it reaches almost the solar plexus chakra. When I first put it on, how do I describe this? The first breath I took in of life after the blue kyanite, I breathe in air and I'm like, oh my God. The air I'm breathing feels different. It feels absolutely different. It felt so crisp and clean. It's like, you know, when you chew a gum or like just when you chew peppermint, it's like, it's refreshing. All the air I breathed in after putting, and even to this day, after I put on blue kyanite, air I breathe in feels different. Remember how I said you get in the pool and you get in the water and you just feel amazing? When you put on blue kyanite, it just changes the way you perceive air, especially when you wear it as a necklace. It changes the way you feel when you breathe in air. It's like, this is how air is supposed to feel. It's supposed to feel good. It's supposed to feel like your lungs are in the ocean. Like your lungs feel just at relief, and it's like the air kind of feels not cold but not hot. It's just like it doesn't taste minty. It's just the air you breathe feels good after wearing blue kyanite. I don't know how to describe it, but it's one feeling I could not get over when I first put on a blue kyanite necklace, and I'm like, oh my God, the air has changed. A crystal changed air for me. And I was just so ecstatic. I couldn't get away from the kyanite. I also slept with the kyanite under my pillow, under my bed. I walked everywhere I went. I would have the blue kyanite in my hands, and I could not get over it. I'm like, oh, this changed air. This changed just I guess, I don't know if it changed, like, it changed the spiritual air. Let's just say that. And I'm just like, what? And that was the most exciting thing for me in the world at the time. I'm like, this changes the way I breathe. Like, every breath in and every breath out is just like a true breath. It's like, I never really experienced a living breath until I had blue kyanite on as a necklace. As a bracelet, I didn't really feel it as much. As a necklace, since it goes directly over the heart chakra and it was just like even guys right now, just go like this. Just the freshness of the air. I'm so excited to tell my blue kyanite stories because I was in shock for like a good few weeks after I put on blue kyanite. I could not believe it. It was just such an amazing, soothing feeling. And I'm like, I don't know how to describe this. Everything is changing. Like, it just makes you feel so good and so fluid. And it's such a good feeling. If you feel like you're in hot spiritual weather, if you feel like you've been under a spiritual attack and you just want relief, you just want to feel good, blue kyanite is that stone. You put it on, you feel so good, and you can't explain it. There's no explaining it. It's like there's a peace in not just your energy field, not just in the air around you. It feels good. It feels so good. There's no way of describing it. It feels so good. It's euphoric. That's how I can describe blue kyanite, just energy-wise, when I put it on. I'm telling my own personal stories. I'm like, I can't get over this. Even now, it's an amazing stone. It literally cleanses and aligns, and it pulls different chakras, because we have micro chakras. Every chakra at least has 21 micro chakras, which they don't even teach. No one even talks about that, but it's definitely important to know. So I just felt different things moving around, and the star card in the tarot deck, blue kyanite has to be that card because it makes your inner stars align so the outer stars align, if that makes sense. It's just literally the waters. You can think of this as the ocean stone, the gushing waters. If you want to align all your lower chakras, I would work with blue kyanite as a necklace, and then you can put some like maybe sunstone bracelets or sunstone in your pockets, and then that aligns. It takes the job off the blue kyanite. So when you wear more than one crystal, it's making the other crystal do its job easier. So if citrine is just for money and wealth and manifestation, but you don't have any protection, and it's doing protection, then the citrine is actually going to be doing some protective aspects, will lead it basically deplete it of energy more, making it less effective to do its wealth manifestation and other aspects of happiness and stuff like that. So blue kyanite is just a good feeling stone. It just feels good. That's it. It's a throat chakra stone, of course. It's blue kyanite. All the kyanites are good. The blue kyanite is the best. You can actually wear blue kyanite. The darker versions of blue kyanite, like bluish black kyanite, you can wear as an anklet. You can put by your feet when you go to bed. It actually aligns your lower chakras. Now, a lot of blue crystals, when you put them by the feet, they're gonna unalign your system. But blue kyanite has an energy that just focuses waters and just redirects them and makes it feel so good. So blue kyanite is one of those crystals that just makes you feel good. If you want to feel good, blue kyanite's your stone. It helps you open your gifts as well. It helps you connect to your angels and spirit guides. You have to be in a high vibration, and that good feeling of kyanite takes you to that vibration. And then with blue kyanite, you can just experience random opening of gifts, and you don't even know why. It's because you feel good, and your throat chakra's clear, your chakras are aligned, and you really line up with being able to communicate with your guides. Yeah, blue kyanite will have you talking to your angels, to your spirit guides, mainly angels. I don't teach too much about working with spirits. Angels are wonderful. They're very, very wonderful to work with. They are very amazing. Especially St. Michael the Archangel in the background. That's one stone that St. Michael likes is blue kyanite. If you have a his stone is mainly lapis. If you have a statue of St. Michael in your household, you may put blue kyanite, but lapis lazuli, obsidian, then blue kyanite. Blue kyanite's wonderful. It's such a good feeling stone. It's just, when you have that stone around you just feel good. I don't think that needs any more explaining. It literally aligns everything. It aligns everything. Like everything in your body, it'll just look at this. If you ever have trouble remembering what blue kyanite does, look at this splintery piece of kyanite. It literally looks like, so imagine there's a puddle of water and it's just going everywhere, like a sprinkler that's broken. It just takes all that water energy, all of this different matters of water, because there's 100 little fibers of kyanite in there, and it shoots it to where it's supposed to go. Water effect. But literally, that's what it does. Like, if I remember I tried to attach blue kyanite to there before, but it didn't work out. But oh no, I gave myself a blue kyanite splinter. Okay, so yeah, that's why I like working with it as as jewelry, because you can have the flattened stone. It's best to work with this as jewelry to heal yourself. Yeah, you can take the splintery piece. You're going to get splinters. Like it's a splintery stone. That's just the way it grows. It's protective in that aspect when it comes to dream work. So I would not put an unpolished piece under your pillow. It's best to wear it as jewelry. It's best to wear it. It's best to wear it. That's why I always teach about wearing stones, is because you're like, I've had people tell me, oh, I have blue kyanite, but it's not helping me. And I'm like, well, where is it? Well, it's at home. And I'm like, well, it's not helping you now, is it? And they're like, no. I'm like, okay, then wear it. Put it over your chest. So yeah, you can just hold it over your chest and walk around all day. That's inconvenient. I used to, before I started wearing a ton of crystal jewelry, I would literally tape the crystals to my chest. I have pictures of it. So before I wore piles and piles of it, like I would literally tape this. It was the most ridiculous thing ever, but I was just doing revolutionary things at the time. I just followed my own instinct and my own gut, and I was just taping crystals all over. At one point, I remember I taped several different crystals. Like I was just covered in tape, and the crystals were falling off and hitting the ground, and it was super loud. And I'm like, and then I started really getting into jewelry making, because I've always been good at making stuff. jewelry, art. Like, even since I was very young, I would just put stuff together and it would look amazing. I remember even in high school, I would skip all my classes just to go to art classes, and like even art classes I didn't belong in. And they're like, well, there's 7 periods in a school day, and you're here for 6 periods. Like, didn't you take this class last semester? I'm like, yeah. I would even go to art class in my lunch, ceramics class, just everything that had to do with art and dealing with my hands. Like I said, I do have blue kyanite as a necklace and as jewelry on my website. Just blue kyanite is the ocean. It's just a feel-good stone. When you wear it, you feel fully aligned because it's aligning everything. Like I said, the more kyanite you have, the better. So I wear this going all the way around. You can work with blue kyanite on your chest and then sunstone on your lower chakras, so it can literally align the top part and the lower part of your body at the same time. But blue kyanite, for most of you, will be doing a lot of work when you guys get it. I would cleanse and charge it. Don't go with the information online. It's like I said, it's a throat chakra crystal. Throat chakra crystals are very easy to remember. It's literally communication, self-expression, fluidity. Yeah, because it's blue. You just think of the color blue if you forget about blue kyanite, or just think about when you hop in the ocean, and you'll remember every quality about blue kyanite. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao!